I like the folks from Southern Litho. I believe that they're one of our vendors that thinks extremely long-term about our business. But I was surprised that they brought that much consulting expertise to the table. I'm David Dunn-Rankin, President and CEO of Suncoast Media Group. The Suncoast Media Group is a family-owned newspaper company. We have papers in Southwest Florida, mostly along the coast, a daily newspaper of about 35,000 circulation, and a handful of weeklies in Polk County and Highlands County and DeSoto County. One of the challenges of being a publisher is you have a lot of different departments that report to you. We have had a lot of change in the production management area. So we have a new chief in our Charlotte plant, we have a new chief in our Venice plant. We just moved to build our commercial printing and try to double that revenue. Our goal was to significantly grow our commercial printing, but to make sure that our operations were efficient before we did that. And so with all the change going on, I thought it was a good time to say, hey, let's get a lay of the land to know what areas we need to focus on and prioritize. And I was talking with Southern Litho about the problems we had and the challenges that we have. SLP had a team of consultants and that would come down and help us look at the details, make sure that we understood what best practices were, and have a sense of how far we were off of the best practices. We hired SLP Solutions to perform this operations review. What I liked about how they approached it was, before we engaged with them, they spent a lot of time on the phone with us. And then they interviewed our key managers. Where do you see the challenges? How about employee issues? How about mechanical issues and equipment issues? So before they got here, they could prioritize where to look. Details like that you don't get from a traditional equipment vendor. SLP Solutions came in, the two folks that were here acted as if they were the production director, a brand new production director in our plant. I would have hired both of those folks. They were that good. And they want to know everything that needed to be worked on, from people to training to processes. SLP Solutions brought in a crackerjack press guy. The team was every bit as good as anybody I've ever brought in identifying areas we could bring the press back to factory spec and process improvements to keep it in factory spec. They said, hey, your press is not running enough. You could be a lot more efficient if your press ran more frequently, and here's all the reasons why your press is not running enough. Our press only runs half the time, and some of that is part of just running a press room and changeover, and some of that is training, some of it was maintenance, some of it was how we ordered the jobs. We think there's significant opportunity in our two press rooms to add more work with the same crew and the same equipment. And if we implement those efficiencies, there's huge opportunity for us. If I can put another $4 million in commercial printing at 20% margin, and because we do so much commercial printing, 120 jobs a month, then we're trying to grow that to 200 jobs a month. They also did the same on the pre-press, so that's obviously an area of expertise. They walked through our mailroom and watched our mailroom operate, made some comments about where we needed to train. The folks from SLP Solutions, as part of their project and a bonus, gave us a list of safety solutions. They were here basically 2 days, then they were high intensity days. We got an 18-page report with lots of suggestions on every page. These folks from SLP helped us know what we didn't know and then prioritize it with us so that we could begin to work on it. After they left, Ken Shelby, who's our new production director, been with us 3 months, and I went over the list. There is a significant six-figure savings for us. I think if anybody has any questions whether or not their press room is best practices, they ought to call me, and I'll tell them about my experience, because it was really good.